I've had enough. There is nothing that irks me more than watching a perfectly normal game and then seeing a solo advertise his location to the world with a great big gorgeous cloud of no real cover at all, or for a team to be really smart and cover the enemy's angles by blocking their own entirely. The reality is, smokes have been used in the most appalling manner for years now, and it makes zero sense. I'm not alone in this sentiment. In fact, I have a friend who feels so strongly about this that he's making this video with me. You might know him as Maxman, caster and analyst extraordinaire, who's come onto the channel today to join forces and obtain justice for smokes.
Whoa! Oh my god. Hey, thanks for having me, Nep. What's up, gamers?
Together, we're gonna yell at both you and pros alike, and then show you how to use this throwable properly. Let's get started. Today, we're gonna tackle the top 3 worst and most common mistakes we see at the top level. The first one is probably the most common, and the most annoying. This is when a solo smokes himself in the end game. We see it all the time. A solo that's been chilling for 20 minutes, unpestered, suddenly decides he's visible from behind that rock and smokes himself. Okay. Max, you got anything to say about this?
Well, on top of making your location very obvious and easy to nade, one thing that's often forgotten about is that it blocks also your vision significantly. A simple rock will always be better as you have a tangible defense in front of you where you can also gather information by abusing the third person perspective. So you'd only want to smoke yourself if you have no other option, or if you're in a shed to avoid being naded by nearby enemies.
That's exactly right. Notice the difference between these two clips. In one, this player isn't being particularly noticed by anyone. These two are busy, and this guy's laying low. In this clip, he's just rolled in, and this team has noticed. He won't have a way out, and the team can pinpoint their nades if he's not smoked up. Options, no options. Options, no options. The second is when you're in a CQC situation. It's getting hairy, so you try to throw up some smokes. And now you can't see. What is the enemy doing? Where are they? Where's your teammate? None of this information is available to you because you've smoked your sightlines and not the enemies. While Overt have stopped ZZ from being able to see their peaks over the ridge, they've also lost visibility on their enemy, allowing ZZ to move around however they want without harm. Another example is this clip. See how De Muerte smoked their path and not their target? This makes them blind, whilst being impossible to miss when they make the push. This clip is a far better example of what you should be doing. The angle of the hill makes it so they're both blinding their target while still being able to see the target easily.
And to take it back to the questions from earlier when using smokes, where's the window? Where's the bloody door? There's so many things to take into account when you are smoking your own buildings because it makes you prone to quite a few technical mistakes, such as missing the window when you're trying to throw some grenades or utility, or also leaking information to enemy teams pushing your compound. You should always try to keep some kind of visibility on entrances and strong openings that you can use to your advantage.
The third smoke crime is ineffective smoke roads that actually have a negative effect to your game.
Okay. So I've seen so many tournaments where even some of the best players in the world can't seem to do this right. When trying to do a smoke road, don't rush it. If you can, of course. That's when you will misplace your utility and your chances of survival will be cut down significantly. So, if possible, always try to prepare a smoke road around 10 to 15 seconds before crossing so that all the smokes have time to bloom and also so you have time to throw them in the right spot. The most important aspect of smokes is to avoid leaving gaps between each bloom to give as little information as possible to your enemies. Otherwise, good players, or professional players, will be able to use every single bit of advantage you give them to take you down.
And they sure will. That's why it's really important to use a lot of smokes when making your road. That way, you're not just directing the teams to spray down a specific line. Smoking the area and not your path will give you a far better chance at success. As you saw on screen, it's not just you. This has been happening at the top level for years, in every tournament and every region. All of these clips are smoke mistakes made either in PMWI or PMGC. It's a crazy amount because this is only what I could find in like a day, but it's not the end of the world. As you also just saw, there are still plenty of players and teams who know what they're doing, so there's no reason why you can't be one of them. The purpose of this video is to clear up once and for all the misinformation on how to use smokes properly. I think Max and I have done this.
So yeah, smokes are indeed a pretty important part of the game, and if used properly, can give you the edge in most scenarios. Thank you for having me, Nep, and until next time, have a good day.
At the end of the day, smokes are a powerful tool you won't be able to get away with not using in competitive, but how you use them can make the difference between success and failure as a team. This video hopefully taught you not to suck so much, so until next time, you're welcome. Yeah, I better go help him. At least he's got plenty of smokes.